Can I do hand signals?
Do you mind? I'm talking to the talent.
Are you going to get fined for that?
Nah.
No, it's fine.
Very good. Good callback.
Good morning, everyone. That was Mumford Sons and Rushmere. It's the new track from the new album because, unbelievably, they've got some more great material coming out. It's all from the great mind of Ben Lovett. And I'm delighted to say that Ben joins us in the studio this morning.
Of course.
Oh, no, not that one. We're just plugging his headphones in.
Yeah, they
Sorry, is this your first time in the studio, Ben?
Your first... What are you talking about? I just sat down and put the headphones in. They're not even working.
Do you want to use
I think it's your studio. No, it's okay. You won't know what...
See, when you've sold millions of albums, you just rock up to the studios and the headphones are already working for you.
Yeah,
They
I
should
can't
be,
say I've
really.
ever been in the studio where I've had to plug my own headphones in, that's for sure.
In the early days, maybe.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ben, that's our
Sorry,
fault.
Ben.
Anyway, welcome, Ben. Lovely to see you. And I believe you brought a friend of yours with
Yeah,
you.
sorry about that.
Yeah.
My little,
There he is.
Marcos.
There he is.
Marcos.
There he is. How are you, Marcus?
No, but I was just sitting here waiting for the abuse. I thought I'd put my sunglasses on.
Well, listen, let me pay you a compliment straight away. Obviously, the Ozempic works wonders for you. You're wasting away.
Well, I don't do needles, but also, I've been here for 32 minutes.
Do you want me to show everybody the photograph of you that you sent me
we have a
33
deal.
minutes ago?
No, we have a deal
Yeah.
on those. They don't go public. But I did send you a photo from bed about 45 minutes ago, and you were like, what are you doing? You're not.
No. Talk about exaggerating. Sorry, Ben, 1 second.
No, it's okay.
Do you know what? I wish I'd have met you back in the day before him, because I reckon you would be what we call a good friend, a decent friend.
Yeah.
Unlike this lummox here, this chance.
Lummox is allowed, is it? I've just been given the brief about what words I'm allowed to say and what I'm not. Lummox is all right.
is fine.
You're
Lummox is
a
okay.
clown.
Oh, this is good.
Hang on.
You're a nincompoop.
I'm not careful with the C word. Anyway, look, you're welcome. All I said was, have you just got up? You're on at 8:30. And he's like, all right, Dad. I'm like,
What time do you guys get up in the morning then?
4:30 for me.
Are you serious?
Yeah, quarter to five for me. Wow.
You seem,
like
Ben, surprised
Wahlberg.
that to do a breakfast show, we'd have to get up early.
Yeah.
4:30's aggressive, isn't it?
It's not fun.
It's
Kind of
very
night
early.
time.
Was that what you thought you would be doing when you were growing up? You'd be like, I'll get up at 4:30 every day. And
No.
It's not the dream.
Yeah,
not
when
the
you say it like
this
that.
is not the dream.
Well, what it is, you know, if you want the big bucks, you've got to get up early. You know, that's the thing.
Got it.
Or stay up really late.
Or stay up really late.
It's one or the
And
other.
then have to get up early in the morning to
What you're saying
promote
is
your
there's
staying up
there's
late.
no big bucks at midday.
Exactly.
Well,
Small bucks at midday. That's
Who's on at midday? Toby Tarrant. Yeah, you're right. It's not. So much to talk about. Now, bless you. Marcus and Ben are here to talk about the new album, Rushmere. We just played the song there. It's really, really good. I really liked it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You're saying that like you know someone who doesn't.
No, because I'm not normally a fan.
Really surprised yourself.
I actually really liked it.
But it's great. It's great that you're still doing the, diddly-die, banjo-y music
My
stuff.
mum was a bit like that. She was like, oh, I really liked it. Well done. Yeah. It's been a while.
How was it, Ben, when Marcus came crawling back from that failed solo work that he did? Did you just stand there with your arms folded, waiting for him to crawl into the studio? Please. Hi, guys. You know, like Freddie Mercury in Bohemian Rhapsody where he walks in?
Yeah, he had to walk over some coals.
Yeah,
and,
that's it. Yeah,
some
that-
penance.
That Ted Lasso money's run out.
No, we just got in and had some fun with this one, and it was like nice to not have the context of the last few years because we did take that break, and it was funny just like starting over and just making the songs that we wanted to make, and this is the first of many of those. Like this is what the sound of the band is, I guess.
Do you go into the studio and just start from scratch, or do you?
We actually went into the studio and we were like, let's not make an album. Let's actively not try and make an album. Let's just hang out.
Yeah.
Yes, there's instruments around, but we're not making an album.
placed pianos. Yeah.
But it was like, if we try and make an album, then we're going to get in our heads again. So let's just stay out of our heads and just hang out. And it was really, that was like nice times because it was very simple.
And we wrote more songs than we've ever written the first week.
Wow.
We wrote like 3 songs that are on this album and a bunch more. And then it just, taking the pressure away kind of led to all these songs coming out. And then we just stayed in the studio. We've been recording for 2 years. It's been wicked.
When you started and you did that, your first album together as Mumford Sons, which literally like set the world on fire, unbelievably.
Not literally. Yeah, sorry.
No one, I don't think, including yourselves, thought that the success that you had from that would ever be even possible in a dream. I think
Marcus Dravs did, actually. The producer,
really?
Yeah. Yeah, he was really ambitious for it early on, and we all thought he was nuts.
But it sold over 8 million, 9 million copies.
No one would sign us for that record. We were just like going out and around, and all the labels who were going to put us out were like, this. No one's going to want to put banjos and accordions out there into the world. And eventually, someone was like, "All right, we'll give you like a development deal."
Wow.
Yeah, and we used that money to go and pay for a great producer. And then we went out and just toured as hard as we could.
He did it on credit. We paid him afterwards.
Really?
Really? Wow.
He took a punt.
A fee, or did he get like, do you know what? He probably won't. I'll do the best job I can.
I know his fee. I don't know. I'm probably not supposed to talk about this, but I know he delayed us paying him his fee because we didn't have the money.
Wow.
That's rare, isn't it?
Lent us the money.
That's great.
There was basically the point being that there was no one, maybe apart from Marcus Dravs, who really was like, I'll probably see that back someday. But there was no one around who was like, this is, like, no one's crafting this story.
Apart from really, really small audiences in places like Nottingham.
Yeah.
Because we played every gig we could get. And that's always like when people say like, what's your piece of advice? I always talk about gigs because we went around and we played every single show we could get booked on. And we were playing 8 shows a week all around the country. We'd do like the Highlands of Scotland. If they had booked us in Inverness, we'd get in the van and drive to Inverness.
So your removal van from your family business.
Yeah, good. That gag hasn't aged.
That's done really well. Keeps going. Just gets funnier and funnier.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Do you know we had John Power in yesterday because they're doing a 30th anniversary of their first Cast album. Yeah, and he was saying we were listening to a couple of demos and then the finished product, and I'm like, even in the demo, you had it down. And he goes, yeah, but we played live. We did every gig, so same thing. So by the time we got into the studio, we had these songs down. We knew we'd structured them and we knew how to play them. Yeah. So was it similar with you? It was just gig studio.
Yeah, and then the way we record has changed. We don't road test songs as much as anymore. Like YouTube changed the game, I think, for that, because you couldn't just try a song one night and not get recorded.
Yeah.
So we did that on the first and second records, and then we kind of went into hiding for the third one. And I think since the second record, we've been making music in reaction to people's reaction to our music. So it's been like reactive records since then. And this one has felt like we've stored up the songs again over like a 2-year period, and it feels more like the beginning again, where we've written all these songs, they've collected themselves into records, and now we get to
that must feel good that you've got loads in the bag.
It does feel good.
Momentum.
Yeah, I feel like a hamster, like with full cheeks.
But what's the reality of those songs seeing the light of day? The ones that you went into the studio, like, yeah, these are great, but they didn't make the album.
They're all going to come out.
Yeah.
But do you think they will? For example, like I had this chat with a friend of mine who works in the industry years ago. You know how bands start off and they're waiting at the bus stop in the rain because they're going to their girlfriend's flat or whatever, and then the album sells 1 billion copies, and then they become the hottest thing. And by the third album, they ain't writing those songs anymore because they don't stand at the bus stop in the rain anymore. And I was saying, if you got a new band and you go, right, you're going to record 3 albums worth of stuff before we release anything. So you've still got that narrative through your work. And we were saying it's a good idea, but it would never happen because as the band progressed and got better in the studio and learned, like, they would look back and go, I don't want to release those songs because we can do better stuff now.
I think it's a lot to do with like it's a lot to do with like priorities. So we actually said that we were in song collecting mode for the last 2 years.
Right, okay.
Rather than as soon as we had it or a record, let's go out on the road.
Right.
We actually were quite patient. At times it was frustrating to be patient because it's really fun to get out and play shows. It's like one of the best things about this. But we did just keep at it and made the trips into the studios. And so, I don't know, inadvertently, but also it was just bursting out of us. Like we were actually just writing these songs relatively easily. A few of the songs on the album we wrote and recorded in the same day, and that's just it.
Right.
Like it took us somewhere between 2 and 6 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Just isn't a common thing anymore.
No,
So
that'd be 4 hours if it was between 2 and 6.
On average.
Of course.
That's it. If you take away anything from this interview, it's 2 and 6 hours. That's 4 hours.
Hey, you talk about playing live shows, and I just mentioned this very briefly to Marcus before I put the mics on. You have really, really peed off your tour manager. You know your tour manager is about to literally go, see ya, I resign. I'll tell you why. Because this shortlist, let me read out. On the 11th of March, which is today, you are playing the Kentish Town Forum in London. On the 17th of March, you're at the Sydney Opera House. The 20th of March, you're at the Hollywood Palladium in LA.
Whoa.
And the 22nd of March, you're in Chicago. The 23rd of March is Toronto. The 26th of March is New York. And then the 31st is Bristol. He hates you.
Yeah. She.
Oh, she?
Yeah, mate.
She hates you. She's about to resign. That is... and you said that's not even half of it.
It's not even an eighth of it, mate.
Wow. Do you like travelling between gigs? Is that as much fun as playing live?
We've all got kids now, so solo plane time is kind of
yeah.
kind of beautiful.
Yeah,
It is.
A bit of a kid.
It's not to be knocked.
Yeah.
In the early days, you got to the hotel and went, let's check out the bar. And now you're like, I'm off to bed. I'm going to get 8 hours. See you for breakfast.
Yeah.
Quiet.
Show me the room service menu.
You're running around going, hey, do you know what they do in this hotel? This thing called breakfast. You can actually have breakfast. I've never seen that before in the early
Incredible.
days. So playing tonight then in London.
Yeah, it's
The
really
Forum.
exciting.
Yeah.
I've played there since New Year's 2010.
I was there.
Wow.
I was there.
I think it was 10.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
know.
Beans on Toast curated the night and was like, let's do a Mumford Sons like hootenanny. It was so much fun, but it feels like a lifetime ago. So it's great to go back.
Yeah. Well, it is. That's the thing. When was the album? 2007? 9?
9.
9. God, it's
9, 12, 15, 18, 25.
Look at that. And still going. No. No one thought it possible. do you know, I've got to tell this before I go. I've got to tell Ben this, and I will get into trouble for this when I get home. So me and my girlfriend went away for the weekend. It turns out that him and his other half had gone away for the weekend, and we bumped into each other. So we're all like having a little chat. And my girlfriend lived in New York. She's British, but she lived in New York. And she got a CD back in the day. Someone goes, you got to listen to this. They burnt off the CD. This band, Mumford Sons, you'll like it. So she's driving around Manhattan in her Mini, listening to Mumford Sons. She loved it. Then we bump into Marcus, a few years later, and she was sitting there and having a drink, and she goes, you know, you're huge in New York. Like, honestly. And Marcus went... yeah. She goes, no. Like, all my friends are into you. Like, you know, they're all Americans. Oh, they're massive. And I just looked at Marcus. I went, do you want to tell her or shall I tell her? And he goes, you can tell her. I'm like, they're just headline Glastonbury. She went, no, I know that. But like, I'm like, they're all weddings. They're kind of made it in most.
That is 100% a situation where you had to tell, because you can never celebrate your own successes, especially as a Brit. Like,
well, no, that is true. That is true.
Yeah.
All right, can I ask you some questions from our listeners before we...
Yes. I'm just running through the words I'm not allowed to say again.
Yeah.
Just change the signal.
You're doing well.
Well, that's so far.
Not even a hint of it. So
Clown
It
is
looks
fine.
like that anyway.
clown.
By the way, Mumford & Sons, Rushmere, it comes out on the 28th of March. You can pre-order it now if you want, but let's be honest, no one actually pre-orders stuff. They just wait until it comes out on the day and they buy it, unless you're a die-hard fan. They're also set to play an intimate live-streamed show. At
Are we?
Yeah.
Go on.
At Aviva Studios on the 2nd of April. You know, just after you've gone from America to Canada to Sydney to Bristol.
Yeah.
You're doing that. And I don't know what Aviva Studios is, but we looked it up. And it is a lovely apartment in London.
It looks
That
great.
it's a guest house, basically, that you can rent.
Is that 3 beds in one room?
This is our OnlyFans moment. Yeah.
So that's...
Hell of a gig. What a gig, Ben.
Is
Is he allowed to say that?
all artists are doing these days?
Yeah, he can say that. That's fine.
Wow.
Let's give it a compact gig, look.
All right, Chris says, are you going to be at Glastonbury?
I went last year. It was unbelievable. I had really deeply spiritual experience last year.
Did you?
Being in a field with that many people. I watched The National.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And I went the year before because I watched Elton. I love Glastonbury,
I like it.
but I'm not sure we're there this year. We're somewhere else, aren't we?
We are.
Yeah.
We're in the
Okay.
States.
Love Glastonbury.
Are you going to see Oasis?
Yes.
Okay. Please say hello to Marcus and the boys. The lyrics resonate and they are my go-to therapy.
That's so nice. Who's that from?
JB,
Hello,
I'm ready to
Jay.
purchase and hopefully go to a gig as a VIP, brackets gig number 6. So there you go.
Okay.
I would love it if Marcus and Ben could say hi to my boyfriend Cameron, who's at work today. He listens to Radio X every day at work and is obsessed with Mumford & Sons. Desperate for tickets this year. We can't wait. It would mean the world to him, from Emily.
Hello, Cameron.
Morning,
Hope you have a
Cameron.
lovely day at work, and we're going to play some shows for you, Cameron, that we're not allowed to tell you about. Wink. Wink.
Oh,
They always roll us out when we're not allowed to announce something.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Just full of information.
It's brutal.
it's not. I've not given it away that you're playing this bed and breakfast in London.
In Aviva.
I think it might be, yeah.
Oh, by the way, thank you very much.
Bookings.
Alistair has just actually texted me and said, no, Chris, Aviva Studios is in Manchester. It can take up to 6,000 people.
Thank you.
Thanks for that.
There you go.
Always nice to do.
Beautiful. It's not a B&B.
So now what will you do for the rest of the day? You're in town and you're playing in town tonight. So, like, will you go back and have a kip? Would you?
Yeah, I'm going back to bed.
Are you?
That's your favourite
You may
thing,
as well.
sleeping, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Do you guys go back
it's
to
a
bed?
late night.
No, not really.
You're not.
Do you go
I'll
to bed really early, or do you just not?
If I
sleep
can,
very
I will.
much?
If you can go back to bed
If
during
I
the day.
can, I will, yeah. Yeah, I got to do school pickup and all that sort of stuff.
And then, like, normally you've got things to do in the evening as well. Did you say you're coming to the show tonight? No.
No, he definitely didn't say that, and I have noticed that.
Hold on. When's the last time you listened to my show
I'm
without
up
you being in
early.
the room?
I'm up early for your show.
last time you
You're
listened?
not going to stay up late.
When's the last time
for
you
mine.
listened to this show?
Fine.
That's friendship. You always give me a hard time for being a bad friend.
Well,
but
well,
Ben,
actually,
you watch the
what
show
are you
all the
bringing
time,
to the
right?
table?
I do, yeah.
Yeah,
Moyles?
Ben's a fan and lives in I won't say where because it's not public. But look at you.
No, I watched the reruns.
See?
The reruns.
The highlights.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
really
convenience.
works. Yeah. Look at you.
Unbelievable.
Kentish Town. Convenient.
Yeah.
Marcus.
Yeah, where do you live? You live in Clinton.
Make it rain, Apple TV. Make it rain. There you
That's
go.
more than anyone ever hears of that song because you skip the intro, don't you? Yes.
Apparently, that's you actually made a full track of that, you
I know.
idiot. You
That's
should have
weird, isn't it? Yeah.
all you needed
I
to
know
do,
that.
you just needed to go.
Yeah.
Is that what I done?
That's it.
Skip.
That's a wrap. Yeah.
Ben, a delight to see you again, my friend. Thank you very much for coming in. I hope you have a great gig tonight. I hope the rest of the live shows go for you. I'm very excited for the
Can I
album
do hand
coming out.
signals?
Do you mind? I'm talking to the talent.
Are you going to get fined for that?
Nah.
No, it's fine.
Oh, very good. Good callback.
What's that that one?
It's Friends reference, isn't it?
Friends, huh?
That's Friends.
There you go.
That's Friends.
No, that's Friends. And then that.
That was the closer. Yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
closer,
you see.
That's the finisher. That's like the Mortal Kombat finisher, isn't it?
Thank you very much. What a really in-depth interview this has been.
It was the most grown-up interview I've ever heard you.
Do you know what? There was a bit of that, wasn't there? We was delving back in the history
Shut
of
up,
the band.
fart pants.
Oh,
There we go.
Wow.
Redress the balance.
biscuits.
As I say, Ben, lovely to see you, and continued success to you, Ben. Got to take a break. Everybody, get the new album from Mumford Sons. It is Rushmere. It's out the end of March. Thank you very much to Ben and his mate.
The Chris Moyles Show.
Marcos.
Radio